If I dey talk, you come be as if na every day be the worst day of my life for this camp. Every subsequent day is always worse than the previous. Today was Sunday, and according to how they say it, Sunday is supposed to be the best day. Totally not the case, at least for me today. Today I had the privilege of waking up at 7 a.m. And when I did, I realized that platoon football training is happening in the field. Love football, dressed up, went for it. And we had already pre-arranged our drama meeting for my platoon today as well. So there were a lot of exciting things today for me to look forward to. And so I went out to play the football. I even scored goals at the training. It was interesting. However, there is this platoon 4. So we played the monkey post at one edge of the field like that. And then we wanted to do shooting drills. But at the post side, some people were using, another platoon were using the 18-yard box. And they're using the 18-yard box to train. They play monkey post as well. But the post is there where we want to do our shooting drill. So beg them, how far we don't finish play our monkey post. I beg, when I use our space, play on our monkey post. More we use this post, when I know they use, do some shooting drills before we go back to the hostel. And they refused. In fact, I asked the captain first of the platoon 4 football team. It was very, very just, I don't know how to put it, man. It was hostile to the idea and the situation and everything. Just too hostile for it. You can say no politely, but it was too hostile to it. And then he said, but we could ask the coach. Referred us to the coach. Then as I was walking towards the coach, everybody here in a copper. Who is another copper? But then he was now telling the guy from afar in Yoruba that he should say no to us. Like, how stupid, what kind of nonsense is that? Anyway, I hope they lose, bro. And I hope you play them. I hope you play. I can't wait to score against those people. But that was that about the football this morning. No big issue, sha. That one day. But then, after that, I came back to the hostel, but then 12 was already closed, so I had that meeting. Our drama. I came up with a drama, a murder mystery. But I had this ChatGPT do the script and the monologue and everything. I had everything down, thought about how it to be on the stage and all of that, so that, because I hate plenty talk, I realized the kind of person I am as well, sha. I know that there's a different type of personality types and people who like to focus on different types. The kind of guy that would do the overall plan and say, okay, this is what we should do, this is what we should do, this is how we should do it. There are people who are interested in the workings, the inner workings of how the things will work, the small, finer details. That's not my thing. I hate the tiny details. I also want to execute the big stuff and put the broad idea out there. Anyway, but it's difficult to work with people because now, I'm sorry, I've not even said the time. It's 10:55 as I'm recording this. So this is much later than I've ever recorded before to reflect the way this day has been. And then the drama practice, I pitched my idea. The drama practice, everybody came late for that thing. They said the meeting by 12, but I think it was by 1 we actually started. Even though I went quite early. I went around 12 something. And then by 1 we had like enough people there. At least enough people to form the cast of the drama. So I pitched the idea of the drama and murder mystery, but people are not, I don't know, man. This thing seems like an interesting thing that has a plot twist at the end that is dope. But then they didn't understand that. People, once they don't understand something, Africans, instead of being curious and seeking to understand, they just begin to poke holes in it. But the majority of us were down for it, and then we eventually started practicing towards it. And then somebody else came that is in our platoon as well, but he's the general commander of our parade. That parade we did. He's the overall camp commander, how they put it. The copper that was in front doing the main commanding, that was commanding flag party, came and was like, what is the thing? I just started poking several nonsense holes inside the thing. All these people that would just like to come and just want to have their own idea implemented in something that they don't even fully grasp themselves yet. Because it wasn't in the beginning when I pitched the story to them, or when we even shared cast, like we even shared roles to everybody, what they would play, and started discussing the script before he now came and said that when we told him the drama, he was like, how does this relate to NYSC? That the drama has to relate to NYSC. I mean, I'm thinking, this is something, we're just trying to entertain people in the night. Our platoon is our job to do drama to entertain people on so night. What are you telling me about, this is Suja coming my way, wait, let me enter inside. Hey, what are you telling me about, does it relate with NYSC? Even before he himself even said that, somebody else already said, when I said the story, somebody else already said, okay, but what is the moral of the story? Like, there has to be something to show that school is not a scam, that is what our platoon director said that there has to be something in the story to show that school is not a scam and that NYSC is good. And somebody amongst us were like, well, but everybody here finished school, so who are you telling that one? Everybody that is going to watch it is a copper. So what exactly is the essence of having those barbed wires around the type of drama we can do? Anyway, we found a way to try and mix it sharp for there to be some moral to the story. For example, it's a murder mystery now where a man dies from food poisoning, and then the detective comes to the house and he's questioning everybody, and after that he puts out a theory and points out who the murderer is. So at the end of the day, I'm the murderer, which ended up being me now as the cast. I'm going to play the murderer that poisoned his father. He's going to make a long rant about how he is not the favored child because he's wayward, and entitled. With the rant I'm going to do, he's going to tell the audience that I'm entitled and he favored my brother over me. And that is why I poisoned him. So at least that has some moral to the story, that if you are doing bad stuff and you're entitled, you will probably end up arrested or in prison or in jail, whatever. So we did that. Drama secure. You see the day is still going well, Abi? Okay. Now let's go to the next thing, which is the OBS meeting that I missed. Now, OBS meeting 2:30, I saw the announcement. In fact, not only did I see the announcement, I told Siri to remind me. Like, I went to put a reminder. I set a reminder up on my phone so as to not to miss that meeting, because I've missed so many OBS and these people are strict. I don't even know how I keep getting away with this shit. Now, there is something else again, which now I've realized is a stupid thing. They said camp food on Sunday is the best, right? They cook rice and meat, and I wanted rice and meat. I wanted to eat that camp food. I want to also report to people how the food was, because I nearly get that's part of the update I'm supposed to give you, and I'm not doing that. So that's another reason why. And then I went over. I wanted to go to the kitchen, but then our power bank was dead, me and my friend. So we're like, okay, instead of carrying flask, we'll go up to Mommy, we'll plug the power bank, we'll buy takeaway from Mommy, and then circle back to the kitchen, collect our food, and then we can just eat the food anywhere and drop the takeaway anywhere and go on with our day. Excellent plan, right? And we were still on track for the OBS meeting, both of us. Now, with like 20 minutes to spare, we headed towards Mommy, plugged the power bank, bought the takeaway. We're going to the kitchen. In the camp, you're not supposed to walk across grass. You're supposed to walk on the tarred road. But everybody walks across grass all the time. It's just that if you're unlucky and they catch you, they will tell you, I enter the road, or they will give you a punishment. We were unlucky this time because of some two idiots in front of us. Now, we were walking on grass quite all right too. But then there were some two idiots, because the kitchen is close to the soldiers' quarters, that entered the courtyard of the soldiers' quarters, which is a tarred compound in its own. Not compound like it's fenced or anything, but it's surrounded by gutter you get with one entrance. They crossed the gutter, entered the compound, and we're just walking across it as a shortcut to the kitchen. Such an audacious and stupid thing to do. Meanwhile, we were on the grass as well, just outside, which was still not the road. And then the soldiers saw them and called them, and then just called all of us that we were around, not on the third road. And then asked us to sit. And we just sat there. We wanted to plead, but they're not even having it. So the long story short, they had us do a small, not even punishment, just told us to sit, and then told us to, what did they even say, Seth? Say you will never trespass again or something like that. If I see shortcut, I'm not going to follow shortcut. I have turned to prayer point and start praying, And whoever does it well, my friend did it enthusiastic and they let him go. So all of us realized that was the hack. I started doing it, and then shortly after, like 15 seconds later, they let us go. But they're already taking like 5 to 10 minutes of our time. But instead of going straight to OBS and blanking the food, we still went to the kitchen. And then my platoon kitchen, they're serving food 30-boy platoon. Then my platoon's line was long as hell. So I had to join that line and keep going. They said that meeting was 2:30, but if you are 15 minutes late, which was the idea I had, they said if you're 15 minutes late, then forget about it. So I thought 15 minutes was the threshold, because the 2:30 had passed already by that time. I just thought 15 minutes time, I'll be able to make it. So it was 2:30, it was 2:40 by the time I collected, or 2:40 something by the time we collected food. But my friend collected early, his line was very, very short. So it was my own platoon that took a little time. So after I collected, now he was waiting for me. After I collected, two of us started running towards the meeting. We could even see the venue of the meeting from the kitchen, so it's not as if it's far. So it was 2:42, which means we had 3 minutes to spare. We ran with our food to the pavilion where the meeting was holding. At the time we were trying to climb, they say, stop there, all of you. And they kept us as late people. They didn't give us the attendance to sign, so we didn't sign it. We heard the meeting go on from, another area, not in the audience as the normal people. We were just kept one side by the right. And then they said we are out of the OBS. In fact, the woman didn't even tell us that. She was talking and saying, congratulations to people. Remember, we are strict in this place, this and this and this and that. We judge you on your competence, your commitment, da. And that is how, if you are in, if you do well, you are in. If you don't do well, we will have to leave you, we will have to let you go, like these people who are here now. Got wrenching for me, I won't lie. And then, after the meeting ended now, we're trying to see who to plead with. The coordinator that we normally used to see at the OBS office said he's not having it. He told us, don't come late. Me personally, has seen me late like 3 times before and asked me, why are you late? Now, wow, I'm in the open, like somebody just came out stark naked. Like, his bum is facing mommy. Anyway, back to the story. So we followed the woman, like the main woman, the owner of OBS. Like, I don't know how to call her. Chairwoman of OBS. Following her back, she said she cannot accept that this is the policy. They will tell you, you misbehave like this, you are gone. There's no excuses. You cannot come and beg. It's not something we can beg our way out of. And we begged. She was even, as we were walking around the camp with her begging, she says if she sees a girl with long hair, she will help her tie her, but tie it in a very mysterious way. Sometimes tie it over their cap, or she will see 2 together and then tie their hair together with each other, I followed her, and he said, no way. But we now went back to the coordinator and, because we showed some seriousness, a few of us, he asked us to write our name in a separate list, just to give us hope now. In a separate list, we wrote our names and stuff like that. Submitted the names to him, so that gives me some hope. But however, I'm still on the OBS presenters group, so I saw a notification that we should come for interview at a certain time, 6 p.m., I'll be 7 p.m. But by that 6 p.m. we were already free. So by 6 a.m. I went for the interview, but then they were prioritizing presenters who were early to that meeting, whose names were on the list of that meeting. So we that were on the late list, which is the list that they actually gave them to interview us to, we had to wait. And I'm talking, this was a 3-hour wait. Like a 3-hour wait. I just stayed there. My phone even died there. Because this power bank like this now, we've not even had time to go back and collect it as it was there because of the kind of day we were having. So eventually I did my interview, and I'm going to tell you this truth, it did not go well. Yeah, I know I did do podcast, so broadcasting is not a problem for me, but then he asked the question as per presenting, which is like newscasting, not really hosting a show. So what he gave me was a text to present, and I was presenting it. I didn't even finish it, and he had pointers. I was like, I should read it like I'm presenting, put some life into it. Not just read it like I'm just reading something. I should present it, And I know they use script for this podcast, so I don't really write something and then intend to come and present the thing. It's not something I've ever done. And then he just gave me another one again, which is actual OBS news, but I think for the previous day or from a previous day. And even that as well, it wasn't going great. I wasn't really presenting it. I was just reading it. But I wasn't presenting it to his liking. So he said, okay, gave me some corrections, that I should pause. I should have more cadence and more variation in my cadence. And, gave me pointers, which was okay. My friend too did it. But my friend is a Yoruba presenter. Like, he's going to do presentation in Yoruba. And those ones, they prioritize them because they are scarce. In fact, he's probably the only male Yoruba presenter. Crazy. And that's how they would have caught him. Because they always just strict like that. They would do it without him. Anyway. So we did that. And then it was social night now. Yeah, but my phone was there at this point. But it was a movie they played for one Banky W. Up North now, that movie. That's the movie they played for social night. But before the movie could even go half set, 10 o'clock down do. It was lights out. That is when we were able to go to Mami, eat, collect our power bank, and come back. By this time, I should be in my bed trying to sleep, but I'm here recording this podcast. So, what they said at OBS is that they're still going to do a few series of screenings, see wagwan, and then by Wednesday they will know who and who is actually in OBS by Wednesday. So my plan is just to prioritize it because I've been doing it. Oh, I didn't tell you guys, flag party. I told you about how they seized my stuff at flag party. Today, I found time to go and try to join the parade, and the officer in charge just told me to go back. I should not worry. So I guess I'm done with flag party for the meantime. But they still recognize me around camp for flag party. 2 girls today on separate occasions recognized me from the whole flag party thing. So the whole idea now is to focus. I'm living here. Camp is just where I'm living and learning 1 or 2 things, and then OBS is my job basically. That's the framework I have in my mind now. Everything else I'm doing here is following the rules and surviving, and then for work, OBS, right? I don't have any other commitment apart from the drama I'm acting tomorrow night, the football I'm playing for my platoon tomorrow during the day. They don't clash with any OBS activity. If they do, I will tell them. In fact, I don't have anything to present except it's another form of attendance, which 4 a.m. is the only attendance I know of. If there's a meeting that clashes with that time, I will tell them. I'll just try to, abide by the rules. Me and my friend have stopped after that punishment. We did not trespass. Other people are trespassing freely, but I know it's with time, by the last week, everybody will get themselves. Me and him are not trespassing again. It doesn't take much to just use the road, actually. So, something I've learned. Oh, and I told you, I found a loophole today. Not really a loophole, but a way that I can manage my time more efficiently. I've noticed that in this camp, even if they keep saying it's a regimented environment, they used to chop into our free time more, especially these lecture people. In the timetable, there will be so and so sensitization from this to 5:30. Then after that 5:30 time, it's always something that gives us free time, like lunch and siesta, or something else that would give us some time to ourselves. But the lecture is supposed to end at 5:30. 5:36, everybody's still in the hall, they are still talking. So I figured if that's how they are going to be playing it, once it's 5:30, me, I'll stand up and I'll start going to the hostel. If I encounter any soldier on the road, I'm going to tell them time for this thing has passed. Right now is our free time that they are using, and it should work. So I said to try it today, because the man was like, that thing they will agree. I said, it's better we'll find out early in this camp now if that is something that works, and then we'll be using it if it works, and if it doesn't work, we'll not be using it. And so we're trying to leave the lecture that was happening today, that was supposed to end at 5:30. And then we're trying to leave. One, I don't know if it's Manowo or Kotagad, because they're like, where are we going? We said we are going nah, sometimes you can just be rude and hostile because you're a fellow copper just putting on uniform and playing a role. But I just told him we are going to the hostel. He says, but this thing is still going on. I say, guy, time has passed for this thing. According to timetable, this guy is still talking here. He's not supposed to be talking. He said, okay, take it up with him. So he now showed us one soldier that was somewhere sitting down. Let's take it up with him. I said, okay, fine. He said, he was even now mellow, like, it's not his fault. I said, no, we understand, you're just doing your job. And I went over to the soldier. Luckily, I knew him now from my flag party days. So I told him that, I want to find out something from him. You see, this is our timetable here. This place is a regimented environment. Look at, for example, now, 5:30 have reached for us to chill. And this guy is still talking. And, like this now, and I added that shit is worrying me like this. So when she's worrying me and this guy has chopped his time finish, what am I supposed to do? Can I not go? And I say, okay, I should go. So when two of us were now saying, thank you, let us go. And I said, no, 1-1. So I went first. It was me that actually had the pressing issue. So I went first, and then my friend went later. So I've now figured, if I'm attending a lecture, and I'm seeing that the time is for the lecture has already finished and they are still talking, I'm going to stand up and leave. And if I encounter any soldier, I will tell him that according to the timetable like this, that thing has finished. And me, shit is worrying me like this. And I was waiting for the time to finish. When time has finished, can I go and shit? What choice will you have that I should go back where they are chopping my free time and go and shit in the hall? So I guess that's my loophole now, to just get out of anything early and prepare myself for the next major event properly. I hope it works. Fingers crossed. And yeah, we have another hack as well. You see, these lectures, they are difficult. Like, you have to have a chair in the hall if you're going to be comfortable. If not, you will just stand outside. And then tomorrow, Syed is starting. Or you're listening to this today. I keep saying this in every episode. You're listening to this today. Anyway, Monday, Syed is starting. 5-hour lecture. If you don't have a seat, you're a goner. Your knees and legs are gone. And I have football to play tomorrow. I cannot just stand for several hours and then go and play football. I will not be as effective. No chance. So we decided anything that is lecture, we'll just go to the hall early, like fucking JJC students. Go to the hall early, get good seats, and then sit. At least we can sleep in the lecture if we want to, as long as we have seats. Even if it's outside, so just get seats. So that's our priority now, following rules, because honestly, Haba, I've been in trouble now 3 times in the first week. So that has been day 5, or day 4, which is it? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That has been day 5 of my NYSCeries series. I'll see you guys tomorrow.